Every month, hundreds of indie games hit the scene and it's tough to know where to start. Today we're highlighting 10 indie games releasing this December we think deserve a spot on your radar. Be sure to stick around until the end, as we're thinking the last one has serious sleeper hit potential. Starting off with number 10, Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island comes from the developers who a few years ago brought us BAFTA-nominated Roki. You'll play as Alex, a relative newbie to the world of backpacking travel, on a little adventure away from the banality of modern life. Sadly for you, you find yourself shipwrecked on Ambrosia Island, a place of sunshine, a place that's past its best, and also a place where the Greek gods have set up home. We played the demo a few weeks ago and really enjoyed what's a sandbox adventure, with you also on a treasure hunt of sorts. The demo honestly whetted our appetite to see where this goes, and how it develops on some of the puzzles we got to see in our initial taster. Mythwrecked Ambrosia Island is coming to PC, the Switch, and the Xbox, and like many of the games in this rundown, is headed out December 5th. At number 9, Pine, A Story of Loss, featured in our Kickstarter campaign coverage in February 2021, where it raised just over $115,000 US. This one's an emotional and interactive short story told without words, something I respectfully like to call the Mr. Bean approach to localization. And again, having played the demo, it appears to work here rather well. You play as a lumberjack mourning the recent passing of your wife. You undertake the chores associated with your trade, and in so doing, you find you're reminded of the happy times you spent together. We're thinking Pine, A Story of Loss is one to savour and likely to resonate with anyone able to empathise with the protagonist's experience. This is coming to PC on December the 13th.
Welcome to my little kingdom, where everything is calm and cozy all the time.
Moving on, and at number 8, Overthrown is coming out in early access on December the 5th. Now this is being called a chaotic city builder, which is quite the description, with it supporting between 1 and 6 players. The footage suggests as much, with you gathering resources, building your empire from the wilderness while defending your enclave from marauding bandits. It seems to help that you're playing as someone who can use a soul-stealing crown, which also has a nice little ring to it. Sure, these games are 2 a penny, and yet there's something going on here we're keen to see more of. Particularly how the throwing mechanic works, which, well, it looks really fun. The developers are suggesting the game will be in early access for about a year, using the time to fine-tune and improve the overall gameplay. Next up, and at number 6, we have something completely different. Fountains is calling itself an action RPG about fighting your way through a maze-like interconnected world. You take on the role of a mysterious hooded stranger imprisoned by a tyrannical regime, with you looking to make your escape while also uncovering the mysteries of this war-torn empire. Now this looks right up our alley, as the saying goes. We can spend hours and hours with these kind of brawlers, and for us we're thinking the pixel art here is also pretty much on point. The Steam homepage does mention the combat is tight and high-skilled, so that might be our downfall, as our reflexes have gone south of late, but by goodness, we'll give it a damn good try. Fountains is headed out on PC later than most this month, with it launching on December the 20th. At number 6, On Your Tail takes us to sun-drenched Italy, with you playing as Diana, an amateur writer, looking for inspiration after her latest work was rejected. You can almost feel the heat radiating off those walls and pavements in what's an adventure game where you'll be uncovering mysteries as you head out and about in town. It's all so delightfully colourful, with On Your Tail coming to PC on December the 16th and later onto the Switch. We're at the halfway point with Entropy Survivors, and like a few others in the rundown, we've had a good hour with the demo of this bullet hell roguelike, we are able to control 2 players at once. Now, what's really drawing us to this, aside from how it looks and how the single-player combat plays out, is the ability to play this in 2 to 4 player online co-op. We're both thinking this could be quite the brilliant experience, again, particularly within the online co-op mode, that's bound to be utter delightful chaos. It's coming out on PC, PlayStation and the Xbox on December the 4th. While we're here, if you're liking this video, please gently caress that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet done so. That would really help us out with our little project here of indie game discovery. Likewise, please drop a note in the comments on which games you're most looking forward to as we get closer to the end of the year. At number 4, Edge of Allegoria couldn't have come at a better time for us. We recently found one of our mint condition original Game Boys up in the attic, and I've been playing back all the classics from this all-time great handheld. Now, clearly this game is looking to imitate the look and feel of such Game Boy games, and to our eye, this one's doing it rather well. However, this one's not likely to offer something as wholesome as your usual Game Boy treats. While the Steam homepage promises a turn-based RPG inspired by classic games from the Golden Age, but make no mistake, the Steam page also says this isn't a game for children with nudity, substance use, and the wonderfully phrased coarse language. Now, the demo suggests this is indeed a tad potty-mouthed, but there's also hints of something really quite clever going on here. So we'll pick it up again when it drops on PC December the 4th. At number 3, we have Dungeons of Dreadrock 2. Already out on the Switch, this comes to PC on December the 5th. And yes, like many of the games in this list, we've spent a good time with the demo, which gave us a really good account of what we might expect with the full game. Yes, it is a sequel, and yes, from what we can see with the time we've had with it so far, it will build on the original while adding additional context, charm and delight, particularly in the puzzling aspects, which after all is what made the original so much fun a few years ago. It's possibly somewhat larger too, with 100 levels, 5 boss battles and 2 different endings, and then of course we have this gorgeous pixel art. If you like your puzzlers, then we're thinking this is something to ask Santa for. At number 2, we have Antonblast, a game we've been lucky enough to receive an advanced copy review, and while we're writing this, it's all under embargo, so we'll have to keep what follows somewhat tidy. Okay, so it's 100% taking a keen interest in Pizza Tower. It's not a copy. Let's call it a tribute, with it also dipping a toe into Sonic with the fluidity of the movement, and well, straight up Wario. The emphasis here is on breaking as much as possible within the levels that play out in the foreground and background, which is kind of fun. It's all very scrappy, which I mean in a good way, which, well, we're hoping isn't an embargo-breaking statement. Either way, Antonblast is coming to PC and the Switch December 3rd. At number 1, and the game we're most looking forward to playing this December 2024, is Symphonia, a musical platformer that's looking to combine delicate platforming, beautiful art, and a unique orchestral-driven experience. You play as a mysterious violinist solving platforming challenges and puzzles. While we haven't got our hands on this yet, someone we trust who has told us the momentum-based platforming is, in their words, really rather enduring, although the star of the show in their opinion is the orchestral score, which really does lift this above the also-ran 2D platformers from the year almost gone. Symphonia is out December 3rd on PC, the Switch, Xbox, and the PlayStation platforms. If you enjoyed this and want even more indie game goodness, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. And for exclusive updates, hidden gems, and insider picks, join our newsletter. It's the best way to get all things indie delivered straight into your inbox. The sign-up link is in the description below. Many thanks for watching, and see you next time on Get Indie Gaming.